Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, transliteration, our Father.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, I'm calling out to you, how are we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, and the gates thereof the language. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, I'm calling out to you, how are we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, and the gates thereof the language.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, just the same. YHWH, 4 letters found in Dead Sea Scroll caves. Romans 10:13, whoever so calls on that name, the same shall be saved. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive these debtors. Stultifying us creditors, Esau playing editor, defacing artifacts, showing true Jews had melanin. Finna call Chris Hansen in to catch these spiritual predators who pervert depictions of the Son of Man's skin. But let the dust settle in and wait for Yahweh Shai to crack that dome as the sweetest metronome, to hear that so far from the sky. Praying for forgiveness of sin, ain't no retry. I'm praying that that gulf and the end isn't so far between you and I. I'm praying for 12 tribes to combine under the commandments of the Most High, as I face the east and say his prayer every sunrise.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, I'm calling out to you, how are we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, and the gates thereof the language. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, I'm calling out to you, how are we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, and the gates thereof the language.
Now it's Shabbat Shemayim. My heart is trying. Israel is dying in sin. I am wondering, when will this horrific rule of Edomites will end? Time's prophecy. A T-girl waves a cock at me. I rebuke them for hate speech. They wanna lock up me, but there ain't no way they stopping me from dropping these bombs of truth. Chosen people worshiping Zeus, calling him Jesus. He's really Caesar. Bullshit. I prophesied to Israel, 2/3 can't hear. They are bowers, trappers, and pimps of the year. Fly guys, Benjamin B on that, I. Selassie, Molly got dreads high. Not from Kwam Yasha Allah. Birds fly up and try to holler. Leg, on, con. That spells Allah, the power. What will you do in that final hour when the sky is cracked by that woolly hair, black Yahweh Shai? Gun in my face, death in my eye. Life or death, live or die. Murdered by my own con. Life or death, live or die. Murdered by my own con.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, I'm calling out to you, how are we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, and the gates thereof the language. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, I'm calling out to you, how are we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, and the gates thereof the language.
It's massive killing, boom, boom, there ain't no Thanksgiving. Yahweh willing, you will see why your words can't hurt me. You jive turkey, you been chilling with a Edomite woman, ate a piece of a pie, caught syphilis and genital herpes. You hate sisters, you got screwed, little mister. Not trying to dish ya, this should really uplift ya with the Ruach. If you knew what I just said, you would want to step to it. You refuse to, you a sucker, like a hooker, you just blew it. Lollipop, and I knew it. Tazadaq recordings, this crew is spiritual lyrics. Debtors wanna sue us. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, our Father which art in heaven.
All right, shalom. Continue episode of the True Disciples of Yahusha Bible Study, T. I'm gonna turn it over to Kadar. I sent the links to them other two brothers, Yahusha Beam and Benaniah, but it's not unusual. They don't come on right now. Everybody's here, supposed to be here.
Shalom, Akim.
Shalom.
So the topic tonight is going to be on the Ruach Ha Kodesh. Basically, how it's working in your life. You know, what is the Ruach? Who receives the Ruach? You know, the purpose of the Ruach, and evidence and fruits of the Spirit as far as the Ruach is concerned. You know, keeping us in tune with the Most High's law, statute, and commandments. And just to know that if you're not following, you know, the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, then you ain't going to receive the Ruach. It ain't going to be active. It ain't going to work in your life, because in order to even receive it, you got to be keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Come on, anybody got something to say before we start?
Oh, shalom. It's going to be a great Bible study tonight. It's a very relevant topic. The Spirit can be on you, and it can also leave. So, you know, what's the evidence of it being on you? What happens when it leaves? You know, those are important things to think about. So everybody should be moving in that spirit. But shalom.
When someone is moving in the Holy Spirit, man, then when you have calls like this, they're excited about it. Not lollygagging, not, you know, you got to tell them consistently. I sent the message out. I just got off the phone with Jaidid, and it was about 9:15. I said I'll do it at 9:30. I didn't see a response until about 9:29. Wow. I guess it was when the first response came through, but I didn't look at my phone again until 10 something. So, I mean, people are busy, but I don't think they're busy in the spirit. That's my expert opinion. But a lot of people like to talk, man, but when it comes to living this thing out, not really about that life. They don't even treat their brothers right, man. How many of you been calling the brother Jaidid, checking on him, making sure everything's good? I've been talking to the brother like every day, you know, given the situation. That's how you know who's in the spirit, man. Just caring about yourself. But then you come on here and talk about the Bible study. You see what I'm saying? It's good what's in the public, but it's what you do when no one sees you. That determines what kind of spirit you're moving on, not what your mouth is saying. When you give something without someone asking, that's someone moving in the spirit of Adonai. Now, hey man, look at me. Hey, yeah, take this right here, man. Nah, that's all for show, man. And Hamashiach warn you about those kind of people. Those are Pharisees that do things to be seen, man. So he said, when you give something, man, giving secret. Don't announce it. Don't go and stand on the mountaintop. Yeah, I just gave Tazadaq such and such. Yeah, that didn't come from the heart. You gave it for show, so everybody can. Oh wow, that brother, man. Oh man, he gave a lot. But it wasn't done from the purity that it should have been done from. Yeah, that's all I gotta say, man.
I couldn't agree with you more. Scriptures tell us that about them doing our alms out in the public. Yeah, where men could be see you. That's your reward right there. Okay. We're going to start with the first precept is the book of Bereshit, Genesis, chapter 1, verse 2.
book of Bereshit, chapter 1, verse 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of Yahuwah moved upon the face of the waters.
Come. Now, in this precept is clearly showing you that the Ruach Ha Kodesh, the Spirit of the Most High, was here from the beginning, moving from the beginning. So that lets you know that it's been around. There's nothing new under the sun. Somebody can bring out the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 22 through verse 30. Yeah, there.
Come.
Come.
Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 22, correct?
Come. It's 22 through 30. Come.
Come. And it reads, For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good, kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things, and going through all understanding, pure and most subtle spirits. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of Yahuwah, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of Yahuwah, and the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. And in all ages entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends of Yahuwah and prophets. For Yahuwah loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the order of stars. Being compared with the light, she is found before it. For after this cometh night, but vice shall not prevail against wisdom.
Come. So that precept there is basically, describing the Ruach Ha Kodesh as intelligent, holy, pure, and all powerful, knowing all things, and it's showing you how a person operating in the spirit, as it's showed in that was verse 23, where it says it would be kind to man, just as Kahan just stated, how when you're moving in the spirit, you look out for your fellow brethren, you kind to people, you're always looking out for the betterment of not only yourself but others as well. You put others, and you treat them as you would want them to treat. You want somebody to treat you as the scriptures explain to us and instruct us to do. It's never going to be a situation where somebody is moving in the Ruach and they moving contrary to what the scriptures say. It just don't exist. They'll be moving in a different spirit. It won't be the Ruach Ha Kodesh from the Most High. So now the next precept we have is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 2.
Oh, it's the book of Yeshaya, Isaiah chapter 11, verse 2. And the spirit of the Lord, Salaki, and the spirit of Adonai shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of Adonai.
Go on to verse 3 as well.
Uh, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of Adonai, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears.
Come. So that scripture is basically telling us how the Ruach HaKodesh operates when a person receives that Ruach, and how he moves, how he thinks, how he has understanding of the Most High, fear of the Most High. It's never going to be the opposite, where a person's moving contrary to what the scriptures say, because the Ruach HaKodesh is always one and moving with what the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments are. You can't get it unless you keep the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. No sinner is going to be moving around in the spirit of the Most High, because we always got to think of the purity and the holiness of the Most High. It's a set apart spirit. Ruach HaKodesh is very holy, meaning set apart. Come. So now I got 3 precepts on who receives the Ruach HaKodesh. We could start off with the book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 32.
Come on. The book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 32. And we are his witnesses of these things, and so is also the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, whom Yahuwah hath given to them that obey him.
Come. So now in that precept, it was basically speaking on, about the Most High exalting Hamashiach. And you could read that in the verse 31, where it says, him hath Yahuwah exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. And then it goes on to say, and we are witnesses of these things. And so is also the Holy Spirit, whom Yahuwah hath given to them that obey him. So you being a witness of the things of Hamashiach, Yahusha, you're going to be in line with what the scriptures say. Because how can you witness and say that Yahusha, is the prince and the savior of Israel to bring us back to the Most High, if you're not moving in the spirit of the Most High?
It's impossible.
How can you say that?
Can't.
Two spirits can't dwell in the same vessel.
Come. And then your vessel got to be clean for the Ruach to be there.
Come on.
So now let's go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 26 and 27.
You said Ezekiel 26?
36, chapter 36, verse 26 and 27.
Come on. Book of Ezekiel.
You got it
chapter.
up?
Come
It's a lot.
Ezekiel 36, chapter, verse 26. And it reads, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them.
Come. So that new heart the Most High is talking about. Just think about, been times, I'm pretty sure that the majority of us that we done read the scriptures, and certain temptations or whatnot may come about, and then you constantly you instantly go back and dwell on what you just read, and you recognize that temptation as to where you recognizing that situation and that temptation as to where it is, and you realize that now me moving like this or me doing this, it's going to disconnect me from the Most High. Let me make this decision and move according to the Spirit. I'm pretty sure we all done experienced that. I experience it all the time.
Absolutely.
Paying attention to the decisions. Come on, go ahead, Al.
But no, you said something?
Come on, I was saying that's the crossroads. That's the point in which you have to make the decision.
Come.
We all are given the option of free will, free choice, but what matters is the decision you make in that time. To those who obey will receive it. If you decide not to obey, then you're gonna receive whatever other spirit, not the Ruach Ha Kodesh.
Come on. Most High promises us to put His Spirit in us so we can walk in His statutes, because it's all in unison. It all works together. Stand the Most High's, meditate on the Most High's precepts, law, statutes, and commandments. The Ruach gonna always dwell with you. The minute you go off course, you on your own. Telling what type of spirit will come upon you. All right, the next precept I got is Baruch, chapter 4, verses 1 and 2. Baruch in the Apocrypha.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4. What verse up?
Verse 1 and 2.
Come. Verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of Yahuwah, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
Come. And that's just the Most High giving us His word again. Basically telling us to keep them commandments. You're going to come to life. Because that's what the law brings, life. Just as in the garden with Eve and Adam and Eve. And they died that spiritual death from disobeying the law. Disobeying the commandments of the Most High. Also, we can go back to Genesis, what that is, I think 2 and 7, where it shows you how, the man became a living soul. And speaking on Adam, when the Most High breathed that breath into him, the breath of life, which was the Most High's Ruach, as Kahan always tell us, that Ruach, that breath, and man became a living soul. So without the Most High's breath, without the Most High's law, statutes, and commandment, without the Ruach Ha Kodesh, we dead. We spiritually dead, and that spiritual death is disconnecting from the Most High.
Me, myself, and I, man. I think powerful.
Come.
The book of Genesis, chapters 2, verse 7. And Adonai, Yahuwah, formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
Come. Breath of life, huh? That breath of life, that's something that we all should yearn for as much as possible, not only just when we going through trials and tribulations, but we should focus on the Most High's word, meditate on the scriptures day and night. That way we walk and talk it, you know what I'm saying? Without effort, like it's there because the Ruach in us. Walking and talking precepts, man. That's how we supposed to be living 24/7. Not just portions of the day or portions of the time. It should be embedded in us. It should be in our mind for a perpetual memory. We should never forget the scriptures. When we wake up, like the scriptures say, when we sit down and talk with our offspring and our youngsters, we speak in the scriptures, bringing it to them, to their level of understanding where they can understand and move according to the Most High's word and will. When we wake up and when we lay down, we're supposed to be talking about these scriptures, huh? Come.
And in every decision you make, you're supposed to think about what Hamashiach do, man.
Come. That'll save us a lot of wrong decisions, huh?
Some of us, we got the devil living right with us, man. You know what I mean? So you got to combat that spirit. A lot of people don't think they do until it comes out. They just think that person is acting from their own accord. But when you're really into the spirit, you'll know that that's the devil working through that person or one of his jinn or one of his agents.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're doing is they're trying to tempt you or provoke you because they have nothing. I mean, they see you walking right. So they're going to try and provoke you. That's what the spirit of Satan does.
Come on.
Like it provoked Eve. It provoked Eve in the garden. And it's still provoking a lot of Eves. And it's provoking a lot of you guys because a lot of you guys, you're behaving like Adam and you become weak. And you start catering to Satan's ways through your woman when you know it's wrong. So that's a reviler right there. The scriptures, it talks about traits of a reviling wife, a reviling woman. And what the top trait of that kind of person is control. There is no trait more pervasive in the reviling wife, the reviling woman, than control. This kind of woman insists on her husband thinking a certain way, agreeing with her about certain issues, and not resisting her plans. You may have wanted to do something, and your reviling woman wanted to do it the other way, and then when you don't cater to her way, she starts copping an attitude, acting real pratty and bitchy, or what have you, right? Because you didn't agree with her way of doing something. You resisted her plans. So it talks about that in Ecclesiastes. I'm not going to go too far. Someone grab Ecclesiastes 7:26. See, it's pointed out that these are the women with whom, if you're with them, she's more bitter than death.
Come.
She's more bitter than death. Huh?
Come.
I mean, you might think that thing's crazy until you get with a woman like that.
Right.
And the spirit of Satan gets on her. And you try and walk. See, this is the thing you got to understand. When you're trying to walk righteously, circumspectively, Satan's going to come for you. See, Satan don't have to come for the people that's wicked because he already have them in his hip pocket.
Right.
He's going for the righteous, right? And what better way than to get you through someone that's close to you? So you have an enemy that'll rise up in your own home and you try to do the right thing. But the spirit, and this is the thing about these kind of people, somehow, I mean, it baffles me that they believe that they're serving the Most High. They're breaking damn near every commandment. But these kind of women, the reviling women, believe that they're serving the Most High.
Come.
That's a person that don't have no understanding that the Most High is given up to a reprobate mind. But I'm satisfied that that judgment is real.
Come on.
And that this Bible is real, and they know that they're gonna pay for it.
Cool.
Got that precept for y'all.
Good.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets.
That means our heart's a trap and a net. What is the snares? A trap.
Come.
What is the net? It's a different kind of trap. So she find weak men to fall in love with her, and she trapped them up.
Psychosis.
She's like a snare. She's a trap.
Mm-hmm.
And her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth Yahuwah shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
See, this is talking about women who lures men into sexual sin right there. But the principles, they apply to any woman who wishes to control her husband. It is not the order of the Most High that a woman controls a man. That woman is not of the Most High. If a woman is trying to control you, I'm going to say it again, brothers, that woman is not of the Most High. Her spirit is off. Like Mashiach, her spirit is not of the Most High. She wants to be in charge of men. Her spirit is off. Any woman like that, their spirit that's the spirit of Satan, man. That's the direct contradiction of what this Bible is telling us. And why do you think Eve don't want to heed to that? Because she has the spirit of Satan on her. And you can like that, understand, believe it or not, but that is the Bible. And that's the Bible that they don't want taught. But that kind of woman that wants to rule her husband, isn't that what Eve done in the garden? Who did she make the covenant with? Satan.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't agree with you more, because it's like the more you, the closer, just like the scripture just said, the closer you stay to the Most High, and the more you read into these precepts, it becomes just clear as day that you see how, okay, using Moshe for an example. Yeah, she come talking the Bible, this, that, and the third, but at the end of the day, when certain precepts that's not in line with her actions, what happens then? She go against it. She try to make an excuse, this, that, and the third. That's not the spirit of the Most High, clear as day. Because it ain't no contradicting what the scriptures say. Ain't no, oh, that's old. No, ain't none of that. What the scriptures say. And that's how we gotta be looking at the majority. I ain't gonna say the majority. We gotta be looking at all these Eves like that. Especially one that you considering to be a part of your life, or to be in your life on any level. You got to look at them like that, compare them, and try that spirit according to the scriptures of the Most High. And it's going to always reveal what's going on with them. It's going to always reveal what spirit working in them. Brothers too. That's every spirit. Try the spirit by the spirit to see if it be of the Most High.
It seems like, the more and more you stepping right, stepping in order, it's like disorder comes around, chaos comes around, and it's 9 times out of 10, it's that Eve close to you, that reviler spirit, the one that wants to take control.
I mean, it just makes total sense why the Most High only ordained men to spread his wisdom, just based off our differences. Men are a lot more objective, and if we read something that may cut ourselves, more times than not, a man's not going to look at that and try to find an exception to it, versus if Eve reads something that's clearly contradictory to what she preaches or what she practices, she's always going to look for some excuse to justify it. And that's just in her nature, right? She's a lot more subjective to her emotions, and if it's not aligned to how she feels, then it's not there. It's not there to her. And this is why it's in our hands to teach this in our household, to teach this to the ministry, to spread this word and wisdom, so that people understand that everything that we see pass in this society is backwards, man. It's all backwards. It's clearly not working.
Chaos. That's the opposite of order. Is chaos, huh? That's the spirit they operate under. Spirit of do as thou wilt. Chaos. Do whatever you want to do. Rule over your man. Rule over the household. Try to take control. And like Kahan said, when they don't get their way, all of a sudden it's an issue.
Yeah. That's something like that's so true, to where, like, I've experienced that on so many levels, to where Eve could seem cool and all this and that, right? But then the minute when you go to putting them precepts down, and I don't move like this, and I don't do this, and I don't do that. When you draw them boundaries according to the Most High's word,
every time
it goes. It comes out every single time. I don't even care if they come around with the shaloms
or their head covered. It don't matter.
It don't matter. Once them precepts get put down, and you pay attention to their action from that point forward, you gonna see it clear as day. It's just on you if you're gonna still allow that to be around you, or you're gonna cut it short.
Mm-hmm. They just wolves in sheep's clothing, man.
I've seen it too many times. Too many times. Like I have yet run into a Eve that's like truly trying to follow the Most High's word. Like at some point, they gon' I mean, nobody, you know what I'm saying, gonna have it all together. But at least be a work in progress. At least be trying to get it together. But it's some just when you show them certain things, man, they just ain't willing to follow, man. So when I see that, I'm good, man.
Well, Mashiach say, "You're of your father, the devil." Man, they have their own laws, statutes, commandments, but it's not of Yahuwah. It's not the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's of Hashaitan. They can come with the head wraps. They can come with the shaloms. They can come with the modest apparel. They can come with all that, but internally, they're on fire.
Oh.
How I view it plain as day now is the head wraps and the shaloms and all that stuff. That's to get you. That's literally to get you. Because if you sit back, and that's why I learned, like when I be meeting new Eves, I learned to not even tell them much about me and listen more to them. And they literally gonna tell you everything you need to know to make the decision to keep it pushing. Because the minute you tell, oh yeah, I'm an Israelite, this, that, and the third, now they trying to formulate their ways and cover up their ways, be on their best behavior to get close to you, to fool you.
Cool.
Soon as you tell them that, be more observant to them. Don't even say that's how I am. I don't even tell them that off the rip. If you in tune with it, then you should see from my you know, my customs, the way I move, what I eat, and this, that, and the third. You should see and okay, yeah, something different about this guy.
Yeah,
because I ain't gonna tell you, I done seen it too many times, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you out. I don't see Eve changing, man. It's just not. It's not gonna happen. What really needs to happen is men need to start living this Bible, putting it first in their relationships, and letting that woman's true spirit come out before it's too late. Because how many men are actually, you know, in tune with the word or seeking the word over their Eve?
Not many, not many, because the majority of men, I'm not gonna say an exact percentage, but I'll say the majority of men in their relationships with Eve, they are literally catering to her and her ways. And that's why Eve is the way she is now, because she's been catered to relationship after relationship. And when she leaves this one, she find another sucker.
That's because society and the court system has allowed her to be a reviler. See, the Bible calls those kind of women revilers. She's a reviling wife, a reviling woman. And so what you're talking about now is intimidation, which is another characteristic of the reviling woman. See, a reviling woman usually is not bigger or stronger than her husband, but she resorts to verbal intimidation. She might threaten him with calling the cops. You know what I mean? Most women, they will talk circles around the man, and the man will often withdraw and retreat because he doesn't want to deal with it. And so when he does that, the reviling woman, she loved that kind of energy because it increases her ability to control him. And so the other thing about these kind of women, these reviling women, is they're very dictatorial. And what I mean by that, she will be extremely demanding. and she would never, ever allow herself to be held accountable. Always a damn excuse. No accountability for anything. And at the same time, with that same mouth, she'll tell you that she's serving the Most High, praying over food and all that, and the Most High is not hearing any of that. Because the Most High says he do not hear the prayers of sinners. He's not hearing any of that. She will dictate how, instead of letting the man lead and playing her role, she will literally dictate how her husband leads the home. It must be the way that she herself wants. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. She's trying to lead the family. She refuses to follow her husband's leadership as the Bible order, but that same woman will proclaim the Most High to show you what a hypocrite she is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts in that.
I see it.
Scriptures. There's no if, ands, or buts. And she has a seared conscience. Someone get 1 Timothy 4:2.
Come.
And 2 Timothy 3:7.
Oh. Book of 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 2. Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
So her conscience is seared, man. She accepts no accountability.
Speaking
Every precept. Damn.
Hypocrisy. All the way through.
2 Timothy 3:7.
It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 7. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
Yeah, she could never accept accountability. She's reading. She's praying. Most High don't hear prayers of sinners, man. See, this is what women don't get. Well, they pretend they don't get it. They get it. Once a woman disrespects her husband, the Most High is no longer dealing with that woman, man. That's Bible right there. That's Bible 101. That's Genesis 3:16, man. That the child shall be unto your husband, he shall rule over you. He's Lord over you. The husband tells you when the marriage is over. Not you. You don't decide that. You're worldly. You can't decide that. Not in the Lord, the Most High. The husband decides that. If the man wants to put you away, he tells you to go, you go. He puts you away. That's not up to you. It's up to him. And what does she do? Sex is a weapon for her. She starts denying the husband sex, or she'll use sex to get him back under her control.
Yep.
Stop me where I'm lying at.
It's a fact.
You go.
1 Corinthians 7:5. She'll use sex. And you, I mean, man, listen, man, all you guys got to do is sit down and start thinking like I do. How many rides have been up in her? Then just look at her and say, ew. You don't desire anymore. Ew. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
She really is, huh? She's not holy. She's not set apart. She put on cover her head and put on garments, and there's nothing but a damn demon under those garments. Just look at it. Said, ew. Just think about all the rides been in her, man. You'll lose your desire, I'm telling you.
That's fact.
Facts.
1 Corinthians 7:5.
Come. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 5. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency.
See, you have one kind of wife I warn you guys about these women. She will withdraw sex from the man and then eventually divorce him. That's not biblical. Then you got another kind of wife that'll talk real harshly to her husband, disrespect him, and then she'll seduce him to get him in bed. Those are two different kind of Eves. Both of them are off as hell.
Yep.
Both of them are off. One would speak unspeakably harsh and cruel things with her husband, then she'll seduce him in the bed. Then she'll act if she didn't say any of those harsh things. When she said, "What's wrong with you? You've been having sex with someone else," the man won't even get hard for anymore, man. Because all that stuff is going through his mind, man.
It's real though.
You know, like a computer. She don't realize what's on his screen. You don't just forget about that.
Facts.
So these two women, one's gaining control through seduction, the other one's gaining control through denial. That's a reviling wife that's using sex as a weapon. Then you have some that's extremely bitter. None of these women are filled with the Ruach. None of these women have the Ruach in them, man. You got the other kind that's hypersensitive. She's hypersensitive about herself, but she's completely insensitive when she said things to others. Solomon talks about that in Proverbs. Proverbs 12, verse 16.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 16. A fool's wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covereth shame.
Proverbs 29 and 11.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 11. A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards.
That makes so much sense right there.
Solomon be going in on Proverbs 14 and 17.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 17. He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated.
Yeah, we've all done that at one time or another, but we have to stop allowing high Satan to tempt us. We got to maintain control, and we have to be totally apathetic. That's where you have to be when you're dealing with Eve. You have to be in a place where you're utterly apathetic, where nothing she says or does will affect you. That is the only way you could protect yourself. And I keep telling you guys, the very moment that you allow feelings and emotions to get involved, you're losing control of that situation. As men, we have to be in control and be able to make wise decisions. And you got to have patience, because there may be something that you need to do, but the timing is off. And so what I'm saying, you could do the right thing at the wrong time and it would be fail. It's not going to yield the proper results. So you have to do the right thing at the right time. And in order to do that, you have to have patience. You got to deal with wisdom. You must stop making emotional decisions. A lot of people have been telling me, "Oh no, this man, she got to go," and so on and so forth. Did I not say that you couldn't have patience with me? You got to have patience, man. Think things out. Most decisions that we make in haste aren't good decisions.
Facts.
Gotta think it out. And don't make the decision when you're upset. That's usually a bad decision as well.
Calm. It's a fair point.
Another thing about these reviling women shields a man a certain behavior and certain standards from her man, from her husband, but she refused to hold herself to those same standards. She would yell, she would scream at her husband, and he would patiently listen to her. But when he loses his temper, even one time, she would cry and she would tell others how cruel he is, how evil he is. Or she'll accuse him of things that she's guilty of herself. Matthew, chapter 7, verse 1 through 5.
Come. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 1. Judge not that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again.
So, who's this right here? Tazadaq? Who is this?
Let me see. I ain't even had the comments on.
Anyone know who that is?
Looks
That's
familiar.
familiar.
Is that JB?
Who?
I think
It's
that
on the
might
screen, man.
if I am mistaken, I think that's Carefoot.
Yeah, it probably is, man. Some crazy names, man. Just thinking of some of the screen names they come in with. Huh?
Tazadaq.
Where they getting these things from? Satanic congregations?
I don't know if that's careful. That sounds too hood.
No, I believe it is him.
Shalom, young kings. That's
Yeah, they
Carefoot.
on it before. I think that is him, huh?
Yeah.
And changing the names all the time. Man.
He makes beats because his icon is a beat maker thing.
That's Carefoot up. That was verse 2. Now verse 3. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Verse 4. Well, how would thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Verse 5. Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye.
That's one thing I can definitely say. This precept right here is always on my heart. Before I ever make a judgment, I always reflect, man. Am I in a position to talk? And I think that's a lot of humility that I used to lack, and I see a lot of others lacking as well. It's okay to be, imperfect so long as you're striving for perfection. That's how Mashiach instructs us to be. You just got to first acknowledge where your imperfections are before you make a judgment, because you're going to be judged 10 times harder with the same measure.
That's what the old folks say when you point that finger. It's
4 more.
3 more.
Come on.
4 more pointing back at you. The spirit, though. The verse we brought out earlier talking about searing your conscience. Damn.
Yeah.
It's heavy when you think about it. You gotta sear your conscience, man. It's not even something that's external. Internally, you
Right.
ain't shit. You know, you done. You're cooked, as the kids say now. You're cooked.
Mm-hmm. That's why I too like that accountability, man. That part is so important. You know what I'm saying? And just seeing things for whatever it may be, whether you're right, you're wrong, fix your rights. That's the only way to grow. And from my observation, I have yet to encounter a situation or a Eve where they accept their accountability. You know what? I was wrong for that, and what? That's crazy.
I've, I've never heard a woman say that. I've never heard a woman say that. I was wrong for that. Never heard that.
Now, the only time I've ever heard Eve have just a tad bit of accountability, it was my sister to me, but it don't count. And the reason why I say it don't count because you're talking to your brother. You need to have that accountability with your husband. I've never seen it.
Well, I mean, what you guys also got to understand is that sometimes Eve will just do that to win your favor, but it's not written in her heart. So even if Eve does say that, you got to examine the place that it's coming from. Is it really coming from a place of sincerity? Or is she just doing that to ascertain some favor? That's what you got to keep in mind, man.
You see, like I still don't take it like that out because in the sense of you saying that to me, but then you turn around and still do the same thing in regards to your husband. Don't come listening to me or trying to exactly like you're saying, trying to win the favor, but you ain't displaying that to him. That's the only time I ever heard Eve take accountability. But as far as within relationship or whatever they in and got going on, never. I've never heard a Eve come to me and say, well, I was wrong for this. I did this. I should have did this better. Or, can you teach me? Nah, never.
Nope. Nope.
Never. I've only heard excuses. And that's the thing, what I look at it and say, like, how will you ever learn? You won't. And there's no other way to look at it but what the Most High say. Been given over to a reprobate mind, man. Given over to a reprobate mind. Ain't nothing you could possibly tell me that can justify the actions of an Eve. Nothing you can tell me, man. That ain't nothing in your mind, ain't nothing nowhere. You can't pull nothing from nowhere that can justify you forcing my daughter to stay with another man over her biological father. Ain't nothing you can tell me. May the Most High deal with you.
Yeah. Hey, man, I just know people better get it together, man. Life is certainly uncertain these days, man. Just never know what's gonna happen, man. What, two earthquakes in Jersey today, Jai did?
No.
It was small. It was like 2.7.
It might have been small, but it was still there.
Yeah.
Warning signs.
Earthquakes in New Jersey.
That's what I'm like. I'm trying to think like, well, I ain't never heard of none.
It just
Well,
don't happen there, you know what I mean?
It's 30 miles from New York City. It's
It
right
just
there.
doesn't happen there. It's just uncommon, man.
Yep.
No fault line is even close over there, I don't think.
Nope. Not over here. I think I'm trying to remember where the closest one.
That's different now. There was any damages on?
No. Nothing too serious.
You never know when you're gonna leave this earth. Want to have everything on point. I mean, you just never know, man. People leaving this earth every day.
Come on.
Just serve the Most High and seek Him where you can find Him. People get on their dying bed, they start singing a different song.
It's too surreal for people to think about it.
What'd you say?
It's too surreal for people to come to that.
Till it happens.
Yeah.
I think everybody's gotten to that point once. If you ever been real sick once, you're like, damn, this is it, please, Most High, X, Y, and Z. And then when you feel better, it's, oh, okay. Business as usual.
Right. I mean, Esau has done a hell of a job of distracting us, man. I stand corrected. There are fault lines in New York, but it's not situated on a major plate. There's one actually running right through 125th. It's crazy. There's a fault line. I don't know if you're familiar with 125th Harlem, but there's a fault line running right through it.
Yeah.
What you mean fault line from the earthquake?
Yeah. It's not on the major tectonic plate, but it's still a fault line.
Most High crack that place open.
Yep. Just last year we had an earthquake too. I think that was like a 5.0 too. So it's definitely not unheard of. Most I definitely turning things up though.
Oh.
It was unheard of until they heard of it.
Right.
Serious, until they started, all of a sudden, earthquake in New York.
Back to back in 2 years.
Well, they heard of that. It's a shock.
Earthquakes, massive wildfires. That was going on earlier. Pestilence.
Mm-hmm. That's what the those posts I was putting in the room too. They were finding bacteria in the tap water, brain eating amoebas.
Yeah, that was they were talking about that happened in South Carolina. The guy, young kid, was in some water, I guess, and they didn't want to release it.
And then there was speaking of all of them, there was a Legionnaire's disease outbreak. I think like a couple people died.
I saw that. What is that? What is Legionnaires?
It's a bacteria. I think it comes from like where does it come from? From like air vents, HVACs, shit like that. Slug and stuff like that. It's a pneumonia. Yeah, it's a pneumonia.
Mm.
Pneumonia is no joke.
Yeah, three dead, 67 sick in Harlem. It's crazy, man. Gotta stay prayed up. I'm not saying, speak these things into existence because, these things are always occurring, whether we know it or not.
Yep.
It's just another thing to be grateful for, man, is health. Something we take advantage of every day. Damn, it's 12 o'clock already. The days are going by quick, yo. Anybody else feel like that?
It's a fact.
Sheesh.
It's already been a month.
Already halfway through the year. Huh? It's crazy.
More than
Halfway.
more than halfway the years.
Third.
Oh.
4 months left.
Wow.
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 Isn't that a prophecy, man, that time's gonna move quicker or something like that during the end time? Could have sworn I heard that somewhere. For the sake of the elect.
Be prepared.
Matthew, the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened.
I don't know if that's specifically talking about like the day itself, but like they'll make it out those days. That's how I'm understanding that. Might be wrong though.
I don't think about it like that.
Remember one day.
What was that?
Second Peter's 5. No. Oh man, what's that verse?
One day, like 1,000 years, boy. 1,000 years like under one day.
For the Most High you're talking about? That's 2 Peter's 3:8.
It's just got so much to be aware of. Can't be distracted with Eve, man. Throw y'all. Stay focused on the Most High.
Cool. Still making the same mistakes from the garden, man. That's crazy.
Cool.
If you really think about it, in hindsight, that's really crazy.
Cool. That's why I said, like, what I've learned is that no matter how you look at it, it's always the best decision to stay aligned with the Most High and His Word and His law, statutes, and commandments, because that's what matters through it all. Because even when you get the slightest temptation or you think you got it covered or whatever the case is, whatever you veer away from, whatever you allow to make you veer off the Most High's path, in the end of it all becomes a waste of your damn time.
Yeah.
If you don't get killed in that.
Facts.
But at the end of it all, it results in a waste of your damn time. Then you come back to the Most High, trying to pick up where you left off. And is in all this, in that space of time of you veering off, you realize if I would have stayed over here on this side with the Most High, following His law, statute, commandment, I would be so much further in this spiritual journey and so much closer, so much wiser. But I allow foolishness to pull me away, and it's just a waste of your damn time.
Yeah, I feel a cut from that one.
Bernadette said that in one of his rhymes, man. Turn his back on the Most High, whatever that rhyme.
Come on, you walk away from hold on how. What you say? No. Away from this truth. Hell, I can't. I'm trying to remember it.
Hold on, how.
Hold on how. Come on.
That's if the Most High allow you to come back. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't even come back. Sometimes, just like you were saying, whatever takes you away, that's what destroys you.
Come on.
I'm still waiting for that hooker, dog, from behind bars.
Huh?
So I'm still waiting for that new hook since you was behind bars, man.
Come. Gotta get some beats. Tell you the hooks ain't they come like, come like water.
Come on.
Sure got a lot to talk about, I'll tell you that.
But where's the beam at?
It's 12 o'clock. Bean probably knocked out.
Could be not.
Maybe he's acclimating his third wife.
And then text you.
Making sure she cozied up. It's Fernando, man. Taz, you're working on the Mads, aren't you?
No,
Oh, okay.
I finished them. Let's see the results in the morning. I'm not even gonna check them again tonight, man. Too tired.
Cool.
AI is finicky.
And I'm about to shut this down, man. Else I will say shalom. Everybody be safe, man. Fasting and prayer.
Shalom, Akim.
Stay in the spirit, yo.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.